Hello again, students. It's been a while, hasn't it? Nearly 2 years by my mark. Sorry about that. I just rewatched the last essay, and in it, I literally said, hey, the part we're about to come up on, I get stuck on it, and I usually forget to keep going and explaining it. So we really got to do this next one, because otherwise it's never going to get done. Yeah. December 2019. World sure has changed, hasn't it? That sure was some news, wasn't it? Some very newsly news that recently happened. Some happenings within the saga of Christine's life may have come to pass. If you don't know what I'm talking about, leave. Leave. Get the fuck out. Run while you can. Go away. Get out of here. You don't deserve to be here. Go away. If you do know what I'm talking about, I hope you're not new to my channel. I'm so sorry you had to come here this way. Holy shit. So, on the bright side, this has cleared up my lesson plan. So I'm going to continue talking about the rest of this. I'm not sure if we're going to touch this shit at all, because I don't really want to talk about Christine as a person right now or anymore. We might still get to it because it did still happen. It is still within Christery, so it's possible, but I'm going to go through all this normal, and I have to do it by memory because right now the quickie is down. I wonder why. Don't look into that either. Please, God, I'm so sorry that we're here today. I'm so sorry that we're gathered here today, beloveds. And then I'm going to try to cover, from 2012 to the currently what happened, and that's the end of Christery. Like, Christery's done. We're gonna pretend she fucking died, because after that, no, holy Jesus Christ, there's a lot of stuff. After 2012, I don't really follow it as much because I'm interested in the Sonichu. I'm interested in Sonichu. Not entirely Christine as a person. A little bit Christine as a person. Maybe a lot of it Christine as a person. But my perspective has fucking changed. So many things have changed. I hope you can understand why. But hearing the news today, I was inspired to go back to my series and keep explaining Sonichu, so that you get an in-depth explanation from someone who's not fucking terrible. So you should click off this video because I am fucking terrible, but I'm cool. I've got sunglasses. Unlike the rest of them, don't Google that. Don't look it up. None of them have sunglasses. In fact, I invented them. So, what we're going to talk about, since the quickie is down, I basically just reread the entirety of issue 5 and also episode 12.51 Lucky Dog. So that's what we're going to talk about. I can't give any trivia because the quickie is down. Here's fucking hoping it goes back up. I don't know if it will. I mean, I sure would appreciate it because that is over a decade of documentation. Please put it back up. But if they don't, I don't blame them. So, we're going to jump into issue 5. The first episode is episode 11. Oh, by the way, this is in 2006. Like I said, we've escaped 2005, so now we're in 2006. And we are starting with episode 11, My Best Friend's Cherokee Wedding, which is a hilarious title, but completely fucking irrelevant because the Cherokee shit never comes up in this issue. Not even for a second. I mean, there's the prophecy thing, but that doesn't count. It doesn't count. So, how this starts off is, in real life, if you'll remember, back in fucking Ancient Prophecy, Chris's best friend Sarah was a plot point. She was in there. Those characters show up in this episode and never fucking again. They're gone. They disappear. Poof. But they're here now, so enjoy these flat ass characters while you can. So Sarah Hammer, his childhood best friend, is getting married. Not to Wes. They broke up. Probably amicably. It's none of our fucking business. And so she's getting married, but she's getting married to some guy Chris doesn't know. Oh, right. Shit. Disclaimer. Okay. So despite everything that's happened, we are still respecting Christine as a woman, okay? We're not respecting Christine on any other level, but we're respecting her identity as a woman, though we're still having the caveat that the Chris in the comics is still male, because he was male for, like, the entire run of the comic that actually matters, okay? I'm not gonna read anything past episode 20. It's not fucking real, okay? Any episodes of Sonichu that happened after episode 20, they didn't happen, except Daniel Steckley is in Sonichu. That's the only thing that matters. Anyways. So, Chris is a he in the comic. So, what the fuck was I even saying? So, Sarah Hammer's getting married, but to someone that Christine didn't know because she just kind of saw Sarah post on Facebook, hey, I'm getting married, and she was not invited to the wedding. I wonder why. And so, instead it's a fictionalized version of Sarah's wedding that Chris did not go to, in which Sarah is marrying a Yu-Gi-Oh card character because someone had to stand in for the mystery husband. This cardboard cutout husband does fucking nothing, so it's basically pointless to even have made that sort of decision. So, wedding happening. It's in a church, and Chris is there invisibly for some reason. It's actually not clear why he has to be invisible, rather than actually be there. I think it's so that he can provide, like stealth security. Like, no one will know that Quick is actually there. The mayor's actually there. Maybe it's because he's the mayor. Maybe it's because of his mayoral status. He didn't want paparazzi to show up. Okay, I cracked it. But anyways, so Chris is invisible because of bullshit OP god hedgehog powers. And he's huge. He's fucking ginormous. He's so big. Like, there's the pencil outline of him over the pews, and he's like goddamn Optimus Prime. He's ginormous. It's so bad. It looks so bad. Please Google it. I was reading it on some free comic website. I didn't even know they host Sonichu. Sonichu is just hosted on a bunch of random free comic websites, which I guess makes sense, but it's like, random hosting sites for Sonichu, okay! At least I don't have to go to the quickie! Oh my god, I'm in such pain. Anyways, so he's huge, and he's like, oh, I'm glad that I'm able to be here to watch my friend Sarah be happy, but it doesn't matter because I found a new girl to attach to. It's fine. I don't feel upset about her getting married at all because I have a new girl. So this new girl is based off a real girl. I don't know if you knew that. I don't know if you can see my board, but up here it says Megan Schroeder from 2005 to 2008. That does have an end date. So, also, by the way, this is still before. I don't want to take down Mr. Ghost, but he's kind of hard to see through. But, these are still before Chris got discovered by trolls. So it is not interrupting the plot. All the comics are drawn as if there's no one bothering Quick about them, because no one is. Those come in about here, which is not what we're even going to be talking about within this lesson, so don't worry about it. Just remember, no trolls yet. But in 2005, Christine met a woman named Megan Schroeder. I'm so sorry, ma'am, for what you've been through. If you ever see this video, which you won't, I respect you so much. I'm so fucking sorry. So they met at a place in... What the fuck is the name of the town? Charlottesville? They met at a place in Charlottesville called the Game Spot. I believe that this location is now closed instead, so you can't go there. Lost piece of Christery. It's shut down like any other small business. But it used to be like a game store, and they would host card game tournament type things. I don't know, card game events? I don't fucking know. I don't play card games, so I don't know how that type of shit works. But Christine was probably there for a Pokemon one. Megan was probably there for a Yu-Gi-Oh one, and they just happened to meet at the same location, and they became tentative friends. On Megan's side, this was of course just like acquaintance level, but Chris got obsessed. Obsessed. He was so into her. And Megan was very into anime and Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff, and a lot of that influence is in this issue. Literally, suddenly there's Yu-Gi-Oh cards and the arm thing where you could put your deck, the deck arm. I swear I know what it's called, but I can't think of it right now. And that happens, and then there's life points for some reason. And Christine is, at this time at least at this time, Christine was not fucking into anime. A lot of people think when they first get into Christery, they're like, oh, okay, so Quick is like a weeaboo, I know this type. No. Quick is related to that type, but was not initially into anime really at all. Christine is more of a Family Guy type. You know? Yeah? You get what I'm putting down. So suddenly there's all this shit about Sailor Moon and Yu-Gi-Oh! That's all Megan. I guess Megan got Christine into anime. I don't know if she watches it now. That's not really a concern of mine. I think that's... Well, she's not watching it tonight, that's for sure. But when the comic started, no anime. Suddenly, anime at the ass. This is also where the art style starts to change, because Christine is consuming a lot of anime type images, and so, I mean, when you look at a certain type of image, what you draw sort of is more like that. That's a very simple way to put it, but yeah. That's also why all the middle schoolers draw anime-like, because they watch a lot of fucking anime. So, that was a long tangent, but, long story short, let's just say for now, Megan and Christine are still friends. Let's just go with that for now, because this timeline ends in 2008, so we can circle back to that. But basically, yeah, they were just friends, and in the back of this issue is a coloring book page that Megan did of Sailor Moon, because Megan really liked Sailor Moon, but she appears in the comic as Sailor Megtoon, and has a sidekick called Megagi the Skunk. And I'm not sure what the point of either of those two are. But, so, Chris is going on like, but I found this girl, so it's fine that my friend is getting married, it's totally cool, because I've got this sweetheart that I just love and adore so much. While he's thinking about that, Wesley Sonichu peeks into the church and is like, that's my ex-girlfriend, she's getting married, but I want her because I'm an asshole, and this is not projection at all, not even a little bit. This is all things that Wesley would do, for sure. And so Chris notices him first before anyone else does, even though he's a bright orange fucking Sonichu. Bright orange in the doorway, the open doorway, where the only colors outside, which should be like green for the grass and blue for the sky? The contrast. Anyways. So he, oh my god, come on, brain. So he I think he telepaths. Right, here's where a bunch of OP stupid shit fuck off powers come in. So he uses Magichan's powers. Because of the medallion, he can use all of the chaotic combos powers, which is every power. Fuck off. And he telepaths to Wes. It's like, hey man, don't crash this wedding. And Wes is like, I'm gonna crash this wedding, fuck you. And Chris is like, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't ruin their happy day. And Wes is like, fuck you, I will. And he's like, you shouldn't. We can work together, you know? Like, we could just be friends. We don't have to fight. And Wes is like, you're right. We don't have to fight. As long as I'm with her, fuck you. And he goes and kidnaps Sarah. And runs out of the church with her. And then Chris is like, Jesus Christ, and transforms and goes after him and just starts kind of beating the shit out of him. But then Sailor Megtoon comes and does Sailor Moon parody shit. And Chris is like, oh, whoa, hard eyes, at Meg, and kind of stops fighting for no reason, just so that Chris could drool over a fake version of Megan that he's built in his head, or she's built in her head. It is confusing. It is getting confusing. I'm gonna take a drink. Yeah, you get my pure, unfiltered drink breaks, because I can't edit. Have you ever wondered why these videos are so long and they're not cut up into pieces and there's no editing in them? It's because I can't, and I'm afraid that I'll break the video. Or that because on my computer, literally cannot open my video editing software whatsoever, or it will reboot. And on my phone, I'm just afraid that I'll mess up with my fingers. Several times I've tried to edit like a 10-minute video, and it's been like, fuck you. So, I mean, like, I can edit it, but I want to export. Anyways, you didn't come here to hear me listen about my tech problems, of which I have many. You heard me talk about Sonichu. So, yeah. Megtoon comes, and they just kind of save the day. With flirting. It's gross. It's gross, and I don't want to think about it. You should really read this issue. Unless you don't want to. But you should read it. Because it's short, actually. I just read it, and it was a lot shorter than I remembered it being. It's, like, really short. I guess maybe because whenever I would watch people do readings of it, they would always pause and just laugh at what was happening, or they'd make offhanded comments and stuff. So that's probably why it's so long. But anyways, so they save Sarah, and then Sarah's like, hey, Chris, good job. Oh, what are you, why you're not responding to me? And it's because Chris is making hard eyes over Megan again. Yeah, and then I think they just go back to go be married at the place. Or maybe Chris says something about how much he loves Megan again. Yeah, in this section of the comic, it's like a fucking lot about just Chris really liking Megan. Like a lot. Like, it's so much. There were whole, like, text walls I had to just scroll past because, like, I don't want to read more about this relationship that fell apart a decade ago. I don't want to read it. I don't want to read it. I don't want to hear about it, Chris. It's fine. No, man, you're really into her, aren't you? No, I'm sure this will go great. It's gonna go so well. Yeah, so, and like I said, wait a second, Sarah was one of the three of the prophecy, and she didn't transform at all. She was human the entire time. She didn't do shit. She was just a damsel. She just got kidnapped. She could, what the fuck? First Sonichu, now this? Madness, utter madness. I guess it's not too surprising, but I just realized that Sarah literally forgotten, so forgotten. Oh my god, when I reboot Sonichu, I deserve Sonichu. Actually, I think that it belongs to me now. I'm the writer of Sonichu. Christine, never heard of her. I don't know anyone by that name. I don't know anyone by the name of Christine? I don't even... Never met her. But I made Sonichu. It's my intellectual property. So, I mean, if she's breaking my copyright, we're gonna have problems. Anyway, so I'm bored talking about that issue, that episode, so we're going to talk about the next one. Episode 12, Shattered Hearts and Entrapment. So, in Quickville, some bullshit's going down. Slaweel Rayam is back. I actually read it on a website that had the original unedited version where it did still call her Mary Lee Walsh, which is so insane. I mean, I guess it was on the internet for a while, so of course there's mirrors. Everyone has mirrors of those pages, but it was kind of weird. I'm gonna keep calling her Slaweel because it's more fun. But, so, she sent her jerk-ops out all over town to be like, hey, if you're kissing, if you're holding hands, get fucked. You can't do that anymore. No love, as decreed by the PVCC. Why did I pick this up? What is wrong with me? This is Chester. I don't know if you've met Chester. He's a friend that I've made in the 2 years since I've been gone. Good night, Chester. But she sends out jerk-ops to just whack people. They've got their shitty batons and they smack it between these two people that are about to kiss. They're all straight, by the way. Dateness not allowed. Except for Wild's dads. Only Wild's dads are allowed to be gay. That's not even canon. I'm sorry. So, yeah. And that's happening. And then Chris hears about it and is like, what the fuck? This shit again? Okay, I guess we gotta go beat her up. I fucking guess. God. And so he goes beep 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 on his whatever he has. I don't remember what he has, but he has an alarm for the entirety of the chaotic combo, and also his twin sister. If you'll remember, his twin sister, his mind twin heart soul sister, Crystal, that was in the sub beneath episodes. I'm not gonna flip it again. You're gonna have to go to the previous video for that one. But yeah, his mind twin soul heart flame imagination sister. That's not projecting. Not projecting anything there. Not a single ounce of projection. What is that? You take pictures of that? Okay. But yeah, he sent out the alarm to all of them. And so he goes as Christian Sonichu, and his sister is also there. And everyone's there, and they all have a battle. And punching happens, and Chris is like, you can't keep doing this. And Slaweel is like, I think I will actually keep doing it, and you can't stop me. And they're fighting, and then Slaweel and Graduan. Why do I feel like it should be Groudon? No, it's Graduan. It send out this sort of weird bolt, and it turns into a big door on the ground. It's not a door. It's like a weird lumpy thing And then in the middle, there's a mirror, a purple mirror, and shoots it at Chris, and Chris falls into the it. And everyone's like, oh, fucking shit, no, oh shit, that's Chris. Chris, who has every power, and is OP as fuck. We can't lose Chris. And so, just in the nick of time, both Crystal and, Megtoon also showed up and was like, I'm Sailor Moon, except I'm not. Also, her thing, why she's called Megtoon, it's very flimsy, but her magic weapon is like a guitar. So that's why that is. But, so Megtoon showed up, and way before this, I just forgot, but grabs one of Chris's hands, and his twin heart, soul flame, imagination dream sister, Crystal, grabs the other hand, and they're both trying to pull him out of the weird dark mirror. And, he's like, well, this blows. I'm definitely gonna fall in, and maybe they're gonna get pulled in too. I don't want them to be, but I can't really do anything. I don't have any leverage in this weird shadow realm. And Slaweel's just going, hee 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 hee. And apparently, we get a cut to the Giovanni household where Nate Cirque is hanging out, and he psychically hears some of Chris's words that Chris had been saying in the dark world, and is like, what the fuck? What is that? And then suddenly is like, and like collapses and like holds his chest and stuff. And we get an excerpt of the ancient prophecy that apparently we didn't hear at the time that the ancient prophecy was told. Or you can't just add to the prophecy. It's ancient. It's ancient. It's already written in stone. But apparently this was part of the prophecy that we just missed. And it says like, when the medallion is submerged in darkness, the one who is named backwards of the hero shall awaken, or whatever. And I'm like, wow. Wonder what the fuck that means. It's not like there's anyone in the cast who's named Nate Cirque. Who can know? But anyways. So, Nate Cirque's doing his, oh no, type shit. And, Blatchu, comes in, or he passes by Nate Cirque's bedroom door, because Blatchu is just like the Giovanni family's dog. He just like sleeps on the couch downstairs. I don't know what this dynamic is supposed to be. He walks by Nate Cirque's bedroom and looks in and is like, dude, you're making a lot of racket. What the fuck is happening to you? And he's like transforming into some sort of dark thing that we don't get to see yet, but he's like having a horrible body transformation. God, I want to rewrite Sonichu so bad. Oh, I could make that cool. It's a little bit cool, but it looks like shit. Oh my god. We're feeling it tonight. We're feeling it tonight, boys. So, that's happening to Nate Cirque, and we don't really see what happens to him yet. Just keep that in the back of your mind. But then we cut back, and Chris is like, oh shit, I'm sinking deeper. Oh fuck, this is bad. And the two girls are still holding his hands, and Crystal makes a split-second decision, and is like, oh, I can feel this shifting under my feet. I gotta do something. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm taking the bullet. And uses her tail, her prehensile tail, somehow to bodily throw a grown woman off of the mirror so she doesn't get sucked in. And then it does a flip. And Crystal's inside the mirror, and Chris Chan is outside the mirror. So now Crystal is trapped inside a crystal. Wow. How funny. And Chris is like, no! What the my sister! My dream soul heart flame imagination sister! My flame soul torch holder heart twin beam spiral sister! funny. It's not funny. This comic is so fucking bad. And Meg is also like, no, because she was right there, and Crystal sacrificed herself for her, so emotions, feelings, yada yada. And Salweel, I think, just fucks off. I think she just fucks off, because she's like, well, I meant to get Chris, but at least I got one of the twins, whatever, good enough, bye, just fucks off. I don't know. And so, yeah, so then, oh, gross, yeah. So Megan is upset because sacrifice happened, and Chris gives her a hug, and she's in a Sailor Scout uniform, so of course Christine angled it so that you could see Megan's ass, like, totally. Well, badly drawn, but, like, you could see basically her ass. It's so gross. Like, some of the things that Chris, in the comic, some of the things that Chris says about Megan are kind of gross, but then in real life, the things that Christine actually says to Megan's face are even worse. So, don't even worry about it. It only gets worse. And yeah, they hug and they're like, oh no, we gotta find some way to get her out. Oh my god. And they basically just regroup. I think they meet up at a meeting place to talk about how to fucking do this. And that's the end of that issue. It will be continued in, I think, Time for a Ball. I think Time for a Ball is when we pick it back up, because episode 13, Christine gets a little confused. But that is issue 5. At the end of the issue is a drawn in, like, a coloring book page of Sailor Moon from Megan. It's not that good, but it's also not bad. It's just normal. It's just a normal piece of art from a normal person. And also a disclaimer that Rosicru stands like this and says, hiya! My dad wanted me to tell you that she and Megan, well, it was he at the time, are not romantically involved. So, it was really sweet, and they do have feelings for each other, but that hug didn't happen. No shit, like, we couldn't tell? It's fucking drawn. Of course they didn't really hug. It's a comic. Ah, God. Anyways, I think that's it. That's it for this issue, but I am going to touch on the beginning of issue 6, because I have enough time, and I don't want to get confused. I'll just start with episode 13 next time. But yeah, let's go into One Lucky Dog. It is episode 12.5, because it was originally some sort of free comic. There was some sort of situation happening, but it was made in a bit of a rush after, in real life, Christine's actual dog, named Patty, passed away. It was very sad. And this comic is, many have debated it is the best episode in the entire work, and is also the most, comes from a place of genuine emotion and caring. It's probably one of the best things Christine has ever created in her life. And I don't think she's going to top it anytime soon. Things seem to only be getting worse. So, One Lucky Dog is a multimedia comic. It utilizes both real pictures and drawings. So it starts off with drawings, because he didn't want to. She couldn't take pictures of her. She didn't expect her dog to die, so she didn't take pictures of the dog to utilize beforehand. So it is a picture of the backyard with Patty drawn over it, and she's just in the backyard. She's looking up the moon. She's clearly, well, she's not clearly by artistic standards very old, but she talks about how, you know, her limbs are achy and she's so itchy. She's very tired. She's an old dog, and she's looking up at the moon, And she's like, the moon is so pretty. I wish that I could live like my owner does, and I could be on two legs and we could talk to each other. I would just spend all this time with my owner because I love her so much, etc. And it is implied that that night when she goes to bed, she passes away. But what actually happens is she has a snack of some clovers, and these clovers were apparently magical because when she wakes up in the morning, she can walk on two legs and she can speak, and she has a bit of green in her fur. So now she's like a clover dog. And so Christine comes out the next morning and is like, "Hi, Patty, I'm going to feed you breakfast." "Oh, what the hell? Why are you different now?" And Patty stands up and says, "I don't know. Oh my god, I can talk." And Chris is like, oh boy, okay. Well, if you live around here, people are going to think our talking dog's weird, so follow me inside. And then we get pictures of inside of Chris's previous house. Damn, they don't live in that house anymore. Ah, nostalgia. But they go inside, and dog follows her through the house into Chris's bedroom, and apparently behind a poster is a portal to Quickville. So that's how Christine has been getting from Charlottesville to Quickville all this time, is that there's a portal behind a poster inside a room. So they oh, by the way, at this point Patty is drawn, and Christine is still just a human, just human shaped, human on photos of Christine. They go through the portal. Christine is now drawn, and everything's drawn. Patty's drawn, but they go through the portal, and they're in Chris's mayor office, and in the mayor office, they say hi to Chris's assistant, Allison, who was apparently a former movie star, but retired that boring, unfulfilling job in order to be a secretary for the mayor of Quickville. Also, the Quickville mayor's office is above the north entrance to the mall. The mayor's office is in the mall. The mayor's office is in the mall. Oh, also we see the mall again at some point. I think we see it. I think we see it in Shattered Hearts and Entrapment. At the beginning of it, the beginning of that issue is just Chris waxing about how cool Megan is. Shut the fuck up. So I didn't really mention it. At that point, Chris is like, "This is the Quickville Mall. This is what I did at the end of," not as a thesis, because that's not what you do for CAD degrees, but at the end of my degree, it was my final project, that's what it was called. To make this mall, it was my final project for my CAD degree. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Nothing gets me as incensed as the Quickville Mall. Everything else, all the rest of this, I'm like, whatever, it's fine. It's bad, but that's why it's fun. The Quickville Mall has me apoplectic. Oh my god, it's so... The CAD degree... How did Christine graduate? It's so bad. Oh, okay, I'm calming down. I just hate that fucking mall. I hate it. It's so bad. She shows like an overview of it, and there's apparently an emblem on the floor, and it's not centered. Oh my god. We're moving on. Anyway, so the mayor's office is inside the mall, which makes me want to kill someone, but it's fine. Oh, I could eat a whole field of wheat raw. And so, yeah, they say hi to Chris's secretary, and Chris is like, you'll have an apartment here in Quickville paid for. Just freely paid. And here's this gold card that says that you're with the mayor. You can get basically anything for free. We have a lot of programs if you want to do something fun. We have a lot of fields if you want to run in them. So it's fine. You can do whatever you want. You'll be taken care of in Quickville because you're my dog and I love you so much. And they share a very sweet hug. It's very sweet because Christine's dog died, and so she was like, as a tribute, I'm going to give her a place to stay forever. I'm going to take care of her forever. Even though she's not around anymore, she'll always be in a place in my heart, literally in Quickville, and she'll live on in some way. It's just very sweet. It's very kind. Now, if Chris was a real socialist and he made everything in Quickville free, that would be another step forward. But that's a bit much. It's just very sweet that she did that for her dog. It is the best episode of Sonichu, and it only gets worse from here, folks. So yeah, that'll about do it for now. Next time, I think we're going to cover 13, 14, and 15, hopefully. Hope to God. I don't know when I'm going to record that one. That one's going to be long, because now we're getting into lore. Now we're getting into the deep lore. Hopefully I will do that one sooner than 2 years in the future, but we'll see. We'll see. No one watches these anyways. Who gives a shit? Well, that's about all the time we have, folks. I hope this horribly unhinged rant maybe made you feel a bit better after today. Probably not. Probably everyone who heard is not going to want to touch Sonichu with a 10-foot pole. But this helped me work out some shit, so I will catch you on the flip side and hope to see you in the next one, students.